Hello and welcome back once again to the ProTipster Football Show. We've got a Champions League and Champions League packed show for you today. We'll be talking about the sacking of Tony Pulis at West Brom and his potential hiring at Everton, because they sure as hell won't get Marco Silva from Watford, or will they? Chris Coleman's rumoured £1 million bonus package to Sunderland, and Harry Kane lying to us, saying that he wants to play for Spurs and only Spurs until he retires. Manchester City are home to Feyenoord in the most pointless Champions League game since Dynamo Zagreb were in it. Spurs are away to Dortmund, who are already out of the running in Group H, and Liverpool face a Seville team who need to get a result. Martin and Dan have been buttering me up all day with stats, so let's get to it. You're very welcome to the ProTipster Football Show. Martin, Daniel, how's it going?
Very well, thanks, Paddy. Very well.
Sorry, Daniel, I'm cutting across you already. Before we get into the Champions League, lads, predictions for tonight: Brighton Stoke. Is anyone going to win? Is anyone even going to watch it?
I'll give it a watch. Mainly because there's not much else going on apart from Emmerdale or something. So I think it'll be a draw, close-fought draw. I think I can't see an argument for. If I had an argument for Brighton winning it, maybe slightly, but I reckon it'll be a draw.
Daniel, you were saying to me a couple of days ago that you think you really rate Chris Hughton as manager.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, ex-Birmingham City manager. The year he managed us was probably the most exciting football I've seen the last 10.
Well, that's a statement.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone else played really defensive, really counter-attacking football. Chris Hughton played expansive, good football to feet. We scored goals. And I think he's done the same at Brighton. You know, his style of play is good. He likes players to express themselves on the pitch. And I think, you know, he's proved it at Brighton. They've got a great home record. I think I'll stay at the show, no problem. He's a good manager.
Yeah, he was definitely he was shafted at Newcastle. I mean, he didn't deserve to get his marching orders there. But I don't know, like he could be next Ireland manager. There's talk that Martin O'Neill has been very upset about the reaction of fans and the media to Ireland not qualifying, and there's talk of him walking away. And
I don't know, like I can't. Yeah, he might walk away, but I can't see Chris Hughton giving up what he's got at Brighton. To be honest,
no, not yet. I think it's too early. Yeah. I think Mick McCarthy would come back all right. I think Mick McCarthy would take it.
Do you reckon the Irish would want him back?
Yeah, well, the fans would anyway. The fans would take Mick back in a heartbeat. Sure, yeah. And I think all that FAI stuff is all under the bridge now, and you know, even it could be him and Keano working together again.
Yeah, I can see that going down well.
Right, well, look, let's get on to Champions League then, lads. Let's start off with the British teams. Dortmund are at home to Tottenham. Let me give you the odds. Dortmund are 2.21. Draw is 3.63, and Spurs to win is 3.17. How do you see this playing out, lads? Are Tottenham going to take their foot off the pedal now that they have qualified, I suppose, but will they want to secure first place? Or, you know, will they have the bit between their teeth? Because and the game on Saturday, it wasn't Tottenham that we're used to at all. They completely wilted against Arsenal, and you know, a team that wilts playing against Arsenal, there's something mentally wrong with them.
I think sorry to cut across you there. I think the big thing is going to be if Ali and Kane are going to be rested or risked. You know, on the one hand, Spurs are as good as they are qualified, aren't they? So it's all about finishing top of the group. How important that is. They're 3 points clear of Real Madrid. You've got Danny Rose, Harry Winks, the South Korean lad's son, could all come into the team. So I think it comes down to motivation for Spurs, how much they want the game. I will admit I didn't see the Arsenal game because I was away in Gdansk the weekend, but I was a tiny bit surprised that Arsenal won it so convincingly.
Yeah, Spurs just didn't seem to get going, to be honest.
But I'd like to point out that I did say there wouldn't be 2.5 goals, and I was right. But Dortmund have been awful in the Champions League this year, you know, and they've been poor against Apoel, and I just can't see them getting anything against Spurs. So this is one where I looked at the odds myself, and I thought Spurs above 3. I think it's worth it. I think it's value because I think even if Kane doesn't play, they can beat them.
Interesting. I agree with you. The fact that they could win. I've actually gone for Spurs plus 0.5 on the Asian handicap at 1.71. I watched the Dortmund game at the weekend actually on TV, and they were just devoid of ideas. They lost to Stuttgart 2-1, and Aubameyang didn't play because he had, I don't know, some sort of disciplinary issues internally going on. So I think he's back for this midweek game, but he's not scored in the last 5 games, so can't rely on him at the moment to score for Dortmund. And it's one of those. I don't see Spurs losing the game, but I would, like Dan said, I would probably wait for the lineups to come out because Ali and Kane did both come off before the end of the game against Arsenal, and you have to wonder why that was. Were they just being rested ahead of this game, or are they carrying niggles? I don't know. But yeah, Dortmund are in disarray at the moment. 1 point in the last 5 games in the league. They've actually conceded 20 goals in the last 10 games, and that is unheard of for a recent Dortmund side, to be honest. So there's certainly goals in this one, I think, and I can't see Spurs losing.
Who have Spurs got in the Premier League next? Oh, West Brom. But they can't be too worried about that then. Maybe they will throw everything at Dortmund and try and secure first place in the group.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. They need to secure a top spot, really. I know, you've got a couple of decent teams in second position. Actually, to be fair, you got Bayern Munich a second, Juventus a second. So, but then you look at it, you've also got Barca and Paris Saint-Germain top. So, I think you want to secure a top spot if you're Spurs, to be honest.
Cool, fair enough to us. We'll move on then. So next is City and Feyenoord, and poor old Feyenoord. They're just in for an awful lot, even, aren't they?
Yes, it's a simple answer to that. I was trying to.
There's no value in goals at all. Overs is 1.23. Over 3.5 is 1.64. Like the only thing that's close to evens is over 4.5, and that's not a bet many people would recommend taking.
No, I mean the bet that I actually found I'm going for is both teams not to score at 1.75. Because I just think City will probably dominate with 75% plus of the possession. I can't see Feyenoord doing anything at all. City, 116 in a row, is easily going to be 17. And will they trouble the City back line? I can't see it. So both
what's the deal with John Stones? Is he out for
Yeah, I think Pep's come out and said he could well be out to the new year. So he's good 6 weeks to 2 months out, I think.
It's a pity because he'd been playing so well this season, compared to last season where he was awful.
And I've been impressed by John Stones. He scored a couple of Champions League goals as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, doesn't he have more goals now than Baggio or something in Champions League?
He does.
I think.
What a stat?
Yeah, John Stones has more goals or something than Roberto Baggio in the Champions League or something.
He's got a better shot to goal ratio than Ronaldo.
Daniel, would you be bothered by this match at all? Anything?
I'm actually looking at this as I wonder if Man City will play a full strength side.
Good point.
I'm just looking at the Asian handicap line, and they put it at 2.5, which is massive. And if Man City go all out, then of course they're going to beat Feyenoord by 3, no problem. But I just wonder if this is a game where Pep, especially with Stones out injured, and is this one where he throws in a talented youngster? Is this one where I'm trying to think if Brahim Diaz is fit, does he bring him in? Does he bring in someone, one of their young midfielders? And that's the thing with this. I would be looking. I would be tempted to wait in lineups before I went for it, but looking at the anti-post, as it were, I'm tempted by Feyenoord plus 2.5 at 1.93 because I honestly think Man City are going to win, but are they going to take the foot? Are they going to take the foot off the gas? They're going to go for it. I don't think they are going to go for it too hard. And I'm just one of the other things I'm intrigued by is like I always say, look at what the fans are saying. The fans are quite knowledgeable about this sort of thing. Look who they think will get picked. So at the moment, I'm looking and like, is it going to be Company and Otamendi at the back? Is it going to be Eliakim Mangala?
I think it might be Mangala.
Mangala came on at the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah.
We see Zinchenko, the young Ukrainian, at fullback. We see Danilo come in. We see Bernardo Silva come in. I mean, there's even like the lad Foden, the one who's in the England under-17 team. Could he get a run?
True.
The Man City fans seem to be quite pro that happening. So, yeah, my advice realistically would be to wait until the lineups and then make a decision. But based on the anti-post, I'm going Feyenoord plus 2.5.
Interesting.
Because I just don't think Man City will go for it too hard.
Yeah. On the flip side of that, though, I'll go on.
Do you think that City could go all the way, or is there something missing in the team against, say, the top teams? Like if City went up against the Barca now or Juventus, do you think they'd beat them? I know that they bet Napoli, but that's a little bit different. Napoli are inexperienced at that level. But if they come up against, say, a Juventus or Real or Barca, do you think they'd win?
I think it's a tough question. I think they'd probably struggle away from home against those sides defensively. I still don't think they're the finished article in defence. I mean, Vincent Kompany, when he's fully fit, is amazing, but that's a rarity these days. And obviously, John Stones is now out for a bit. Carl Walker, he's pretty decent going forward, but defensively, I've still never really rated him, to be honest. And Ederson, he's not really been tested enough for me to make a judgment as to whether he's world class or not. So they'll give him a run for their money, don't get me wrong, but have they got enough to go all the way and beat those kind of teams to win the Champions League this year? I don't know. I'd like to be proven wrong, but I can't see it myself.
Yeah, who's the favourite? Oh, PSG are the favourite at 4.56. City are second favourite, 5.72. Then you have Madrid, Barca, Bayern, Man United. Man United are there, Tottenham. Juventus are way down. Then Chelsea. Wow, okay. Didn't see that.
Yeah, PSG's a good shout to win it this year, actually.
Yeah, but I'd be like you with them when it comes to the defence. I think their defence is suspect. You know? But the PSG just kind of have the tactic of it doesn't matter how many we'll let in, we'll score more than you, which is great for the neutral.
Yeah, exactly. Just touching on the City game still. And on the flip side of that, you've also got to look at the teams when they're announced for who fight. Like Feyenoord are long gone; they haven't got a point yet, so they might play kids as well. So that'll be interesting to see.
God, lambs to the slaughter, the poor things. We'll move on then to Seville are playing at Liverpool. So it's all going to depend really on Spartak Moscow Maribor game, because that's early. That's at 6 p.m. Central European time kickoff. So if Spartak win, then the pressure will be on Seville to win as well. So not so much pressure on Liverpool, but they'll both want a good result. What are you thinking here, lads?
It's that tip of the day, isn't it?
That it is, yes. Seville to score more than 1.5 goals. The reason we picked it is because they're averaging 2 goals per game for the last 3 games. And they haven't been beaten at home since they played Juventus. And it's a year and a week, or a year and a week and a half, since they lost at home. So it's a fortress, the Seville home ground. So, I can't see Seville losing with that record. And I can definitely see them scoring 2 goals against the Liverpool defence.
Yeah, me too. I've followed the tip of the day. I've gone for over 1.5 Sevilla goals. 2.02, I think, is pretty decent value, to be honest. For all the reasons that you've mentioned. And, Karius is probably... Is he going to be in goal again? I don't know. Klavan at the back with Lovren. I mean, that's shaky at the back. And, yeah, Sevilla got goals in them. But will they win? I don't necessarily think Sevilla will beat Liverpool, but it could well be a high-scoring game, 2-2 or even 3-2 to Liverpool, because I think Liverpool attacking are as good as anyone. And, you have to look at, although yeah, Sevilla are doing quite well in the league. They've only played one team in La Liga at home so far in the top half, so they haven't really been tested.
Good point.
So it'd be interesting to see how this goes. So I've kind of left the result alone, but I expect Sevilla to score goals.
I've gone for Sevilla to win. Basically, for two reasons. One, their awesome home record.
Yeah.
And Liverpool's shaky defence. Matip's out. So, they're going to be left with Klavan, Lovren.
Yeah.
Neither of whom fill me with confidence.
You can sense that in your voice when you say those names.
yeah, I know. I'm just trying to see if there's anyone else they would pick, and I can't find anything at the moment.
Joe Gomez centre back with.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Then maybe playing Alexander Arnold at right back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be a tough game to do that sort of thing, and yeah, Sevilla to win at 2.68. Bearing in mind they haven't lost at home in 25, just screams value to me. So that's why I've gone for it.
Just like Seville, they haven't played each other much in head-to-head. I think it's only 2 games, but Seville made a holy show of Liverpool at the Europa League final in Basel a couple of years ago, and then the reverse fixture in Anfield. Liverpool were all over them for the whole game, but they still got a 2-2 result. So I think I'm with you, lads. I can see Liverpool losing this. I can see them stuffing it up in proper Liverpool style.
Be interesting to see whether Daniel Sturridge plays any part, because I read today that he's reportedly mentioned that he wants to start playing regularly and might seek a move in January to try and make the World Cup squad.
I think he will. I think he will go, because I think Liverpool have realised they don't need him.
Yeah, agree.
Salah, what a signing he's been. What a signing.
I've had to bite the bullet now and bring him into my dream team. I haven't had him all season.
It's just had him in from the start. Woohoo! Yeah, he's been something else. I didn't see this form. I didn't see his Roma form transferring to the Premier League at all. I didn't think it was going to happen. But yeah, he's just carried it on. He's been absolutely brilliant. Just amazing to watch. He's a joy.
Yeah, agree. Another one of those that Chelsea have had and just let go for cheap money.
Yeah,
to buy.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like the amount of talent that Mourinho has, let through fingers, and then the amount of money he spends on other players as well. Like I don't know how he gets away with it, to be honest. Anything else from the Liverpool match, lads? Is that it? We can move on.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Honourable mention of Napoli and Shakhtar. Napoli can still qualify, but they need a miracle from Feyenoord. They need massive favours from them. The handicap's been set at minus 1.25 at 1.94. I thought that was interesting because Shakhtar are pretty good away from home. They've always had a fairly good record away from home in Champions League.
Well, they don't really play at home, do they, at the moment?
No, because of that war-torn area.
Yeah, they're playing Kiev.
They don't even have a stadium anymore. Yeah.
I mean, I've personally left this game alone. I'll just enjoy watching it. I can't. Napoli, in my opinion, will run out winners, but there's no value in it really for me.
No, I can't say I saw anything in it either. Just looking now, Napoli are 1.43 to win. Seems very short. Very short.
You have to go to over 3.5 before you get at, and it's over evens. It's 2.18. So, depending on 4 goals. Before we start recording, lads, one of you mentioned Besiktas and Porto.
Oh yeah, that was me. I initially looked at this game and I was thinking, maybe Besiktas plus 0.25 and the Asian handicap at 1.8. I was trying to find an argument for that, but looking at all the stats and stuff behind the game, I've actually gone for the draw, which is at 3.16, which I think is pretty good value because, Besiktas are through if they don't lose this game, and if Porto, don't manage to lose this, they've still got a great chance as well. Besiktas league form isn't amazing. whereas Porto are flying high in their league domestically and doing very well at the moment. And a couple of stats that did stand out is that Besiktas have never won at home against the Portuguese side, drawn 2, lost 3, and Porto have never actually lost away to the Turkish side, 1-3, drawn 1. So looking at those and the current forms for the two sides, I've gone straight down the middle, and I think it's value.
Well spotted.
I actually went kind of the other way. I went for Porto, draw no bet, based on the fact that Porto have never lost in Turkey. Besiktas has never beaten a Portuguese team. And I looked at the Asian handicap. I looked at 0.5, but there's no value in that. I don't even know if there's a market in that. So I think Porto. I don't think Porto will lose. I think they'll win. But I thought if I went for draw no bet, then if it was a draw, I don't lose anything. So a 1.69 is not great odds, but I think it should be okay.
Interesting.
Good stuff. So we mentioned Spartak and Maribor earlier. There's obviously not there. Apoel Madrid. Yeah.
I've got some on Apoel Madrid.
Oh, really?
So yeah. Okay. So a stat for you to start with: Sergio Ramos, who busted his nose the weekend, is Real's 18th injury in 20 games.
Ooh.
I think it's amazing. I just got a feeling Real Madrid are in pieces at the moment, and I looked at the line. Apoel Nicosia +2, so not to lose by a margin of 3 or more. Stakes returned to lose by 2 at 2.12, and I can't see Real Madrid beating them by 3. And I thought there's value here because I can't see Real Madrid beating them by 3. Apoel seem to be very good at home. I mean, like they've held Dortmund at home no problem. And I think Spurs will struggle when they go there.
Yeah, they'll probably up their game for Real Madrid as well. So.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it's above evens. I thought it's worth a punt, so I've gone for it.
Good spot, Dan. Good spot. Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. And hopefully it comes off, man. Monaco and Red Bull Leipzig then is the final match in the Champions League. Let's get on to the championship, lads. So Aston Villa are playing Sunderland, who have a new manager, Chris Coleman. He was reported to be on £1 million bonus. But there are 2 clauses. They have to stay up. Well, not only do they have to stay up and not get relegated, they have to get promoted back to the Premier League. I mean, if I was Chris Coleman, I'd want a new agent after that, because that's surely worth $2 million, $1 million each.
I think Mr. Zero off.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I think it's a poison chalice. I think Coleman. I don't think he can do it. There's something really wrong at Sunderland. I'd like to say I'm happy though, because they've taken the record of not winning a home game 20 now. So my football team no longer holds that record. Thank you.
That goalkeeping for that record that was horrendous for that record to stay intact. All 4 goals really.
Do you think they both had a bet on? Do you think both goalkeepers had a bet on that they weren't going to win? Because they were awful.
Yeah, by the looks of it, yeah, they both backed both teams to score or something.
Listeners, if you haven't seen the highlights, look them up. Millwall Sunderland, just amazing goals, amazing goalkeeping skill, the likes of which have never been seen before.
It's like one goalkeeper had a nightmare, and the other keeper said, "You can do that. Hold my beer."
Exactly.
I got some stats. There have been over 3.5 goals in 4 out of 8 Sunderland away matches, and over 2.5 in 5 Sunderland matches. Aston Villa have won 7 home matches against bottom 6 teams. Daniel, your hatred for Aston Villa, would you ever put money on them to win this?
No.
I think they're good value, Dan. Really?
No, I couldn't. It's bad enough betting on my own team to lose, but betting on them to win. No.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I think, me personally, I think 1.71 for a Villa win is good value. I think they should probably be at like the 1.6s. against the Sunderland side, I just can't see anything else but a Villa win, to be honest.
I kind of feel sorry for Chris Coleman here because Wales were very close to getting into the playoffs. And if he'd waited just 1 or 2 more days, he could have gotten a better job. He could have got the West Brom job. Instead, he's got the Sunderland. He could have, well, maybe not the Everton job, but God, he surely would have had a good shout with the West Brom job.
You're right there. I think he would have done. But I'll just have a look now at Sunderland's. I mean, all right, they've got Villa, get that out of the way. They've got Burton away next after this game, which could...
Who are horrendous at home.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sunderland have got a chance there. But I can't see, they've got Birmingham next month, Dan, just before Christmas.
Yeah, they'll get 3 points there, no doubt.
I'm just looking at the next 6-7 games coming up for Sunderland. I can't see them getting much out of it. Reading, Wolves, Sheffield United away, Forest away, Fulham at home. They're not getting much. They might be Birmingham City.
Before Christmas. Wait and see. Next up was one Barnsley, Cardiff. Cardiff are currently in third, and they're doing fairly well. I have a stat here. There have been under 2.5 goals in 11 out of 16 Barnsley home matches, and Cardiff have drawn the first half in 8 out of 10 away matches. What do you reckon here, lads? Will Cardiff continue their march towards the Premier League?
I think they can. 2.19, I think it's value away to Barnsley. They had a good win against Brentford at the weekend. Barnsley have only had 1 win at 5 at home, and that was against Birmingham, Dan, as you probably know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think Barnsley are shocking at home at the moment. So I think 2.19 for a Cardiff win is a bit of value.
I hope someone stops Cardiff, though. I don't want Neil Warnock back in the Premier League. That's just, it can't be happening. Like, we're finally getting rid of Tony Pulis. This could be the end of him. We might never see the like of him again. And if Neil Warnock comes up, it's just no.
I don't know. I personally think if Cardiff do get promoted, I think Warnock might retire on a high.
You reckon?
Nah, can't see that. Can't see that. I'd just like to mention as well on the podcast last week, I did say Pulis was going to get the sack. So
you
definitely heard it here first.
Definitely did.
For sure.
I'm just looking at this now, this Barnsley Cardiff game, and I'm not sure I would back Cardiff because, okay, so they picked up the win over Brentford, but they gave so many chances to Brentford, and that Brentford didn't take. And I just wonder if Barnsley are a little bit less profligate in front of goal. Can they? It's 2.3-ish for Barnsley to win. I don't know. I've not backed anything in this because it's one of those where it's really difficult to tell, and because of that, I can't. I just can't do it.
Fair enough. Move on to Bristol are in fourth. They're taking on Preston, who have lost all form that they had. They've been playing terribly. Bristol, there have been over 2.5 goals in 8 out of 13 Bristol City home matches, and overs was priced at 1.88, which is very all right, I think. Bristol, do you think they're in with a shout to get into the playoffs or even promoted?
I'll let you go first on this one, Dan.
Thanks very much.
Sorry.
I don't know. Sometimes I've been really impressed by Bristol. By Bristol City. They've got some great players in the team. Aidan Flint, who Birmingham City tried to sign. Goal scoring centre back, the left back Joe Bryan. I think he's one of the best left backs in the division. I'm just trying to remember if Preston have got all the injuries that they've had before. Because I know they were really struggling with injuries at the back. I'm just trying to see if they still have got those injuries, and it looks like they have. So I'd probably be back in Bristol City in this, based on Preston's problems with injuries. Because I know that they've struggled with them of late, and having to change your back line, having no settled central defence can affect you a lot. 1.91 for Bristol City home win. Probably worth backing.
I agree. I'm going the same. Just looking at the form of the two sides, and obviously the injury news as well. Bristol 1-4 drawn one of their last 5 Bristol City in all competitions, and like Paddy said, Preston are diabolical at the moment. Lost 4, drawn 3 of their last 7. I don't think Bristol City will be good enough to get an automatic spot this season, but they may well hold on for a playoff place. And then, yeah, anything can happen in the playoffs, but I don't know. It's very tight at the top. You know, there's a lot of teams vying for the playoff places, and it wouldn't shock me if Bristol City did fall out slightly at the end of the season.
Move on then to one more from the Championship I want to mention. Probably our favourite, or my favourite Championship team at the moment, anyway, Sheffield United, who've been just brilliant and have won loads of people loads of money. Second, riding high, they're playing 17th place Fulham, and they're over evens to win tomorrow. They're 2.1 to win.
Pretty good.
They've won 7 out of 8 home matches, and they've won the half-time double result in 5 out of 8 home matches as well.
You've just taken all my stats away from me, but yeah.
No,
yeah, agree. You know, Sheffield United have only lost 2 home games in 2017 in the league, and as I just can't see Fulham getting anything out of the game. I think Sheffield United are in great form, won the last 4 in a row at home. Although Paul Coutts is missing, which is a bit of a shame. Their midfielder. I don't know if anyone saw it, but he broke his leg against Burton. I think it was Marvin Sordell that went in.
Yeah, it was horrific.
Oh, that was horrific. Yeah, he's missing, which is a shame. But yeah, they've got Billy Sharp, who's on fire, absolute fire this season, and I think he'll score again, and I think they'll win at Bramall Lane again.
It's interesting because Leon Clark's actually overtaken Billy Sharp as the top goal scorer.
Oh, he scored as well at the weekend.
Yeah, he's got 4 in the game against Hull. I think he got another one against Burton, so he's overtaken him. But just looking at Fulham, I didn't realise how bad they'd been of late. They're the top goal scorers in the league, but they've only scored. They were top scorer side in the league last year. Sorry, They've only scored once a game on average this season. They've lost 3, drew 2 the last 5 outings. It was a tough one. Sheffield United above evens. Yeah, yes, please. I'll take that.
Yeah, and Fulham as well haven't won at Sheffield United since 1985. It's a pretty long time.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a good stat. Nice. Yeah, you've had a couple of picks with Sheffield United, haven't you, Daniel?
Yeah. They've done all right for us. I think the most recent one was Burton, where we backed them to win at the Pirelli because Burton were awful, and it was one of their debutant. Well, I can't remember if it was a debutant. I think it was. Came on, scored the winner with a cracker from about 20 yards. So that was quite tasty, and he won. They won one for me against. It was Leeds, I think, for the Tipster Diaries when I kind of went to get. I went against every no.
Oh yeah, you did, Leeds. Yeah, it was. They done them at Ellen Road, didn't they?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
There you go. I went against everyone and said Sheffield United to win that. So yeah, they've been good.
I was watching Leeds the other day against Middlesbrough. They were pretty good. There's only one thing I don't like about this Leeds team, and it's just a what do you call it, cosmetic thing. They wear these jerseys that like Napoli wear. They're very skin tight, and I find them a bit too homoerotic or something. I don't like them.
Stupid, sexy Flanders.
Stupid, sexy Flanders. Exactly. It's like I'm getting distracted trying to watch football, and all I can see is nipples of 22 men running around. It's like, whoa, come on, try to watch football here, lads. But yeah, Leeds.
I think it's just Macron kit. Aren't they sponsored by Macron? And Napoli sponsored by Macron as well. I think it's just the kits for this season, I think.
Right.
Yeah, not good for the fans, that's for sure.
Have you seen Notts County's match shirt sponsor? The front of the shirt. Notts County are sponsored by Jake Bugg, as in the singer.
No way.
Yeah.
Didn't realise that.
It's a recent thing. So like he picks the pre-match music now.
Wow.
I'm not. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not.
He must be a lucky fan, surely.
He's a huge Notts County fan.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the current Notts County shirt is I'll just go a picture here. It's sponsored by Jake Bugg and it's got his name on the front of the shirts.
Future collectors items. Right, lads, let's go on then away from the championship. Daniel, you published a really brilliant article on Wisdom of the Crowds, and you spoke a little bit about it the other day. What kind of results did you get from your in your first article?
The most interesting thing was that, as I thought would happen, you look at the games for the most tips, and they were the big ones. And whether it was a clear favourite, like Man City to beat Leicester, or Napoli to beat Milan, or Barcelona to beat, was it Leganes? Everyone piled in on that, and I thought that would happen. But like in the games where it was much closer, like Roma Lazio and Arsenal Spurs, people kind of like gave the result a swerve because, of course, you can only pick one pre-match tip per game on ProTipster. So they gave that a swerve and went for the goals. And it was interesting. I think 24 out of 34 won. Biggest winner was Valencia away, 2.73. Loads of people backed that. Biggest loser was Crotone versus Genoa. The game, it was one where people went on the goal, so it went over 1.5, and it finished 1-0.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a bummer. And it was only 1.39, and people went for it and like lost, which hurts. But I'm going to run it again next week, and because I was kind of forced to check who had posted what at like 5:30 in the morning because I was like traveling that day. So I'm going to do it again this week, but check a little bit closer to the time of kickoff on Saturday, because I've got a theory that most people post their tips close to kickoff anyway, and I want to see again if people do it again. If it's a case of people will all go for the favourites, or like in the Espanyol Valencia game, people actually pile in with its value. It's intriguing to see.
Yeah, it's really I'm mad interested about this. I can't wait to see the results after a while of testing this, because I would always have thought that people would be going for what they think would be the result rather than trying to find value. And this is where people make their mistakes. You know what I mean? That's what I've been doing for a long time. Rather than looking for what tip has value, I'm looking for something I think will happen. And obviously, the wrong way of doing things. Long term anyway.
Yeah, to make long-term gambling profits, you need to consistently find value, and value is defined as where the chance of something happening is better odds. It is lower than the odds the bookmaker are offering. So it's basically if something's like should be rated at 2.5 and the bookies are giving it at 2.75, that's value.
Yeah.
It's just being able to work out where that value is. That's the hard part.
If we all knew that, we'd be on beaches in Tahiti.
Is that not the truth?
Well, look, it's a really interesting subject. We will come back to it. It's just that at the start of the podcast, I said that we talked about the intriguing subject of the next West Brom manager. So Pulis is gone, and the favourites are Northern Ireland's Michael O'Neill and Aberdeen's Derek McInnes. What do you know about McInnes and O'Neill, lads?
McInnes is an ex-Albion player. Much loved ex-Albion player. He was really, really liked when he was there. So I could see that as a possibility. I heard today Pardew.
Interesting.
It's a possible. People are talking about Nigel Pearson, who's managed them before, who's at Eupen in the Belgian second.
Allardyce is obviously always in for shiny.
I can't see him taking it. I don't think he's interested.
I think.
And although with Allardyce it'd be a homecoming to the Dudley lad. So he's from the area, so I could see him doing it for that reason. But I think it's going to be like I thought he might take the Everton job, and he hasn't. So
we don't think Graham Potter's going to take it, do we?
No. What you've got to remember is that West Brom have a Chinese owner, Guochuan Lai.
Yeah.
And I'll speak from experience here. Chinese owners like big names as manager.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was going to throw a name into the hat, but now you've said that, I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Go for it.
Craig Shakespeare, ex-Baggy.
I would say, it's possible, but Michael Appleton as well is also ex-Baggy. And he's another one like McInnes who's really well liked.
Okay.
Shakespeare's a good shout, though. But I don't think it'll happen.
Oh, if you wanted a big name, then maybe Ryan Giggs would finally get a crack at the Premier League.
I don't think so. He's just taken a director of football job for a Vietnamese academy.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
He has not, has he?
He has.
Yes.
God. Okay, fair enough. All right, he's going to wait a bit longer then. I think I'm going to go get about Giggs. Well, Giggs was just like, I'm going to get a Premier League job, and everyone is kind of like, no. No, you're not. Wait. Michael O'Neill, though, I can't see him getting it.
I don't know where the links are. I don't know his favourite, obviously, because he's possibly looking for a club job, but I can't see any links with West Brom or any reason why he'd take that job or why they'd take him on.
They'd be taking a real chance on him, because you remember it all went wrong for them. Oh, what's his name? Laurie Sanchez. You remember Fulham hired him after he done well with Northern Ireland, and that went to hell. Was it Fulham or Norwich?
Fulham, yeah.
Yeah. And it went to hell. So, but O'Neill, you see, I'll explain this. O'Neill, when he had Shamrock Rovers, he played a completely different type of football than what he's been forced to play with Northern Ireland. Like Shamrock Rovers, they very much keep the ball on the ground and keep possession and work its way up. They were kind of like, they pretended to be the Swansea or the Arsenal of the Irish League, and they were really, really good to watch. They were lovely to watch. But and when he left, it all fell apart there. But I can't see him getting it. Like, and I was looking up the stuff about McGuinness as well, and
that makes sense. That does to me. McGuinness to West Brom.
Yeah. Because the only reservation I have is that up at Aberdeen, I looked this up. The average age of the squad up there is 26. At West Brom is 30. So he's much more used to kids than with old grizzled professionals. And you wonder,
West Brom got some decent kids. Get Oliver Burke in there, some players like that. Give them a chance.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I'll throw a name into the hat from left field. Just reading through a Baggies message board. A lot of them are talking about Thomas Tuchel.
Oh God, he's too good for them.
It's not going to happen. No.
Big name, out of work.
Yeah, but he wants a bigger club than that, surely.
Probably.
He's probably waiting for Arsenal or something like that, or some PSG or some big Italian job or something. West Brom. I mean, as gorgeous and all as it is to live in Birmingham, I can't see it.
Who's also getting the Everton job? That's still up for grabs as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny the way Silva didn't come out and put it to bed though the other day. I thought that was interesting.
It was, because you would have thought if you weren't interested, he'd say so.
Yeah.
Although I did have a look just before this podcast, and someone that's come right in over the course of the day for the Everton job is Louis van Gaal. He is now 5-1.
Okay.
From 50s this morning.
Oh.
In fairness, though, markets can change really quickly. I know. I'll tell you a story about betting on managers and managers' markets. So, as everyone knows, I'm a Birmingham City fan. I was working in an office in London after we sacked Lee Clark, and I happened to have know the chief exec at Birmingham City, and so I knew the two people being interviewed for the job. In 5 minutes, we'd got the markets closed on for the job with 3 or 4 bookies. We just piled in, and we didn't even put that much on.
Insider trading.
But yeah, and we nailed it because it was Mike. Because I knew it was Mike Phelan and Gary Rowett, and Rowett got the job.
Nice. What odds did you get, Daniel?
I got 5s in the end, I think, which is pretty poor, but still 5-1.
I hope you maxed out a credit card on the bet.
They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me put more than a tenner on.
Ah, come on, you
Oh,
serious?
they always do that, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. The bookies suspended betting. I think between us, we put no more than about 100 quid on, and we wiped out the market because they obviously saw all these bets coming in for like 2 managers and thought, "Shit, someone knows something."
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's
That's when you need to switch to the exchanges. Get it on there.
Yeah.
The exchanges scare me.
Right, look, lads, we're up to 45 minutes then. I think we can wrap up. We'll be back tomorrow night at the same time to talk more about Champions League and Championship betting. Martin, can you give us, tell us where you are at on the internet?
I am at, you can find me on Twitter at ProTipsterEN or on Facebook at ProTipsterMartin, 3 words, so pro space tipster space Martin.
Daniel, where can I find you?
Back of Rackham's. No, on Twitter, ProTipster Dan. That joke never gets old. On Twitter, ProTipster Dan, all one word. On Facebook, ProTipster Dan, 3 words. You'll find me there. I try and link the stuff I write the stuff I write about things like wisdom of the crowd and that sort of stuff, so you can see you can read it for yourself. Yeah. So there I am.
Very good. And you can follow me then, ProTipster IRL. So look, thank you everyone for listening. You can subscribe to the ProTipster Football Show on iTunes now or on Android podcast apps if you're like me and think that Apple are basically Skynet without the machine guns. Check out protipster.com for some amazing football tips and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily videos, previews and podcasts. Right, lads, we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.